been changed, my daughter, my husband, and myself, but the financial aspect of this company has drastically changed my life. Hi Gracie. I got married very young, and when you get married very young, suddenly I found myself dropping out of college, quickly got pregnant, and that comes with financial stress. And so I was always the one that my mom was slipping the 20 underneath the table when we went to lunch, so I could go to lunch with my sister. And I was always that sister that she was helping. But then 2008 happened, and in 2008 I had a miscarriage. I had 2 little girls at that time, and I ended up losing my 3rd baby. And it sent me into a depression, and I decided to quit my job to focus on, my girls right here, to focus on the 2 little girls I did have. And so that was my main priority, is I'm gonna let my husband provide, and I'm gonna focus on the 2 little girls I do have. Well, I didn't know that a month later, 2008 happened, and my husband was gonna lose his job. And so we had absolutely no money coming in. We ended up losing our house to foreclosure, and we ended up moving every year from that time on, looking for the cheapest rent. And so my husband ended up getting 3 jobs. I was very proud of him. He did not have any pride. He was delivering pizzas. Every night was pizza, Domino's. No, thank you. And then I, of course, had to pitch in as well. So I started working. Even though my goal was to be home with my girls, I had to go back to work full time. So even though we both got full-time jobs, it was just too late. Like, we were just so far in debt, we could not make it financially each month. And so we just kept getting further and further and further in debt until it just seemed like there was no way out. And I don't know if you guys have any financial stress, but it puts a lot on your marriage. And so my marriage was hanging on by a thread. We were in ministry, and so it looked happy on the outside, but on the inside, I was done. Like, we were done. And so we were struggling, barely hanging on. And so then Plexus entered, and I joined just to lose some weight. And the product started working, and then the business took off, and they started paying me and promoting me. Every other month I was being promoted, and within a few months I had matched my full-time income. With a few more months I had doubled it. So about 6 months after I started the business, I told my bank I was a fiduciary specialist, which my mom always makes fun of that word, fiduciary. She thinks it sounds like a bathroom term or something. But I told my bank that I could no longer work there, and they gave me one of those raises Janelle was talking about and asked me to stay. So I stayed a few more months, but as you saw on that compensation, I saw that no matter how hard I worked being a fiduciary specialist, I was not going to be able to make the money that I was making in Plexus. And so in November of last year, so just a few months now, I finally quit again, and I left the bank and got to stay home with my girls. As I said, that was my dream. Like, my dream was to, when they were sick, to be home with them. And when I have to get to go to meetings, I choose to come tonight. I just bring them with me. As you see, they are here, and one is Rowdy in the back. But I'm the one who's able to go to the field trips. I'm the one who's able to cuddle on the couch when they're sick. And so that was my dream. And so I thought, great, I got my dream. Well, I never thought, well, what's my husband's dream? Maybe he doesn't want to work 40 hours a week at a job that he has no passion about. And so his passion is to be home as well. And within a few months, he's going to be able to come home. He's going to be able to spend time with his girls and do his passion of being a full-time minister. And so because of this $34.95, our lives have completely changed. And I don't need $400,000 a year. Right. I will get there. I know I will get there. But when you are living like I was living, you have to live very selfishly, and you can only think about the food I'm putting on my table and what I can do for my family. But now I can see other people hurting, and I can give to them. We can do things like Thailand. I believe that God has blessed us to be a blessing. Amen. And so that is my story. I'm super excited for anyone who's interested in the business, because it can completely change your life.